Good evening. Good evening, and welcome back to The Sentiment. It is I, Latrice Chenee. Thank you for tuning in, and you are listening to The Sentiment on Rainier Avenue Radio World. And today's topic of discussion is To My Future WCW, and that is inspired by who we have honored who we have decided to honor today and who is coming to sit and sip with us on this evening. And we have the amazing, the handsome Ikechi Ojore, who is the author of To My Future WCW, Letters to My Best Friend and Future Everything. Welcome.
Thank you.
Yes. So you know what? I was so excited to have this conversation, and I'm still very excited. There's just so much going on today, good and bad. The state of America is
Crazy.
Is quite sad. It's quite crazy and quite exciting with the new governor in Atlanta as well, and Georgia as well. So it's just a lot going on this evening, but I appreciate you for taking the time to come sit with us and talk to us a little bit about your future WCW, the book, but then also a little bit about yourself as well.
Okay. Well, thank you for the invite.
Absolutely. Absolutely. How are you feeling today?
I'm good. You know, it's been a long day, but I'm still going. It's 6:30 it's 6 o'clock on your time, but it's like 9 on my time.
Oh, so it's getting late.
Yeah.
Day is dwindling. That is a beautiful piece behind you, sir.
Oh, thank you. That's a piece of my
beautiful. There's several.
Yeah.
Nice. Did you do those?
No. I have a very creative family, so everybody in my family does something. My uncle actually did that piece, those two pieces up there. Nice.
Beautiful art. So, EKG, I want to kind of start. What does your name mean? Your name is beautiful.
My name means God is all powerful in Igbo, Nigerian.
Yes. You have a very strong name, sir. It's a beautiful name. So, what are you sipping on this evening, first and foremost?
I have nothing, actually. I didn't know that I needed to be bringing something.
What? That lets me know you don't read thoroughly the email. It says specifically to find.
It's been a long day, and I should have something in my head, but I just.
Yes. So the next time you come and sit and sip with us, you got to have a drink. Okay. But today I'm boring. So today I'm very boring. I have sparkling peach water today.
Hey, I'll probably be right there with you. So.
Very boring today. However, it is very good. So I kind of want to jump in. I just want to jump in. I want to share one of my favorites.
All right.
Before I start asking you some questions, I have several favorites, and I'll show the readers your book. And it is available for purchase, and I'll let you go ahead and talk a little bit about that. How about you start with a little bit of that so they can know where to go and find this?
You can find my book actually follow me on all social media. My name is Ikechi Ojore. It's spelled Ikechi, last name Ojore. And I'm on Clubhouse. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And you can find a link to my book on pretty much every site that I have, every social media that I have. And also my website, www.iojoreimagery.com.
Nice. And you also can find this information on the bio on my page at Latrice Chenee as well. So I loved the first date.
Okay.
I want to give them just a little snippet from it.
Okay, go ahead. I'm listening.
So can you imagine waiting for something to happen? Carefully calculating with precision, timing, and accuracy what you will say. The well-placed punchlines at the right time, dropping nuggets of sublime knowledge in order to bridge the gap between two beings. What fluid stream of thoughts come across as one prepares for this endeavor? Climbing over man-made walls in order to massage back to life a needle-pricked heart, kneading it into place, needing it to replace your own misshaped throne, reshaping its home, replacing its catacombs with well-furnished, loving, draped walls of care, double vanitied sinks that pour armed embrace after, wood floors that reach the door. Oh, could you ask for anything more? I absolutely adore how your heart flows in this, and the sonnets and the poetry, and yeah, it's beautiful. And it wasn't what I was expecting.
What were you expecting?
Love letters. I was just thinking, you were writing your thoughts, out in love letter. I was not expecting the creativity and the beauty of the rhythm of the words, how they flow. It's wow.
I'm definitely creative. I like to paint a picture of what I see so that everybody else can see it. It's not so easily explained like, "Hey, I love you." No,
Right.
that's too simple. There needs to be a multiplicative of ways of saying something. And mind you, I am not married, so I'm writing these letters, these series of letters to someone that doesn't exist at the moment. So I'm trying to figure out a way to speak to whomever this person is in 92 pages.
Right.
So that's
Right.
what I could say.
Right. So tell me a little bit about first date. What were you thinking?
Honestly, I think I wrote it after a first date, like going on a date with somebody, and obviously it didn't work. But how we prepare, how we have that question in our mind of is this person going to be worth the date? Is this going to be any good? Is it even afterwards, like, am I going to call this person again? But
Right.
going into it with a hope, with a
Mm-hmm.
sincere hope, like I really want to find this significant other. I don't want to go into it with this mindset of like this ain't gonna really work, but I just like, well, let me put these thoughts together. Like what is a
Right.
first date? What does it mean to you, and what is it? What is your goal, and what you're trying to accomplish?
Right. That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
All right. Here's another one, and I'll jump in. I want to go through several, but I highlighted teach me because you know what I feel like a lot of men's sentiments around teach me and I am but a man. It's pretty prominent because we hear that all the time, right? Like you can't read our minds. So I'm going to read. I love Just You too. Okay, I'm gonna read a little bit from Just You, and then I am but a man, and then we'll jump into some questions. So this is Just You, you all. To my future WCW, it's just you. There's something about you that I can't explain. There's a notion I can't obtain. You completely and utterly vex me. You perplex me to my core. It has nothing to do with anything else other than it's just you. With anything else, it's just you. Nothing to do with things you possess, no degree nor position. I have those, no competition. It's something about the way you, maybe it's how you, it had to be when you, I really don't know. It's like I've known you forever. Not like a Disney film, but I gladly come with you and create a new cinematic reel. And this is you all, I'm just reading pieces. This ain't even all the love letter, okay? But you did it with this, sir.
Thank you.
And let me just say, he is a very, very blessed, and I won't say lucky, because nothing by chance about this. This is very intentional. You have prayed for her. You have the law of attraction is working. You have believed for her, and you have spoken her into existence. So it will not be by chance. It is by purpose and by intention. And so let me just say, she is going to be a very, very blessed woman because how you love her already speaks volumes by reading this.
I never know what to say to that. You know, when I was writing, I wasn't thinking, you know, like this is going to be. It was really just a show of affection. If nothing else, if you don't show, if you can't speak to someone in a manner befitting, you know, a queen, then like, and that's what it started from. I didn't know how to say it. You know,
Ah,
I didn't know how I would say it to someone. I've been in relationships and I didn't know how to speak to that person in a manner befitting a queen.
right.
And it was like, well, after failed relationship, you realize like, what better time than now to learn how to do it? You know, are you willing to do more? Are you willing to dig deep inside yourself and figure out what love means? Do you love yourself enough to try and better our relationships, future relationships?
Hmm. Well, speaking to that, it leads me to questions. You mentioned your communication, and we'll come back to I am just a man. I am but a man. And you speak to your past relationships and maybe not being able to communicate as effectively or you know, as intentionally as you wanted to. One of my questions for you is, tell me about a past relationship where you did something wrong and the lesson you learned. And yep, and yeah, because you know we ain't worried about what she did. I want to know,
No, I'm okay
you
with
know, at the end of the day, what did you do, and what did you learn, and how will you do the lesson differently?
it. Okay. I don't mind talking about my faults. I've have no problem with that.
Good
Uh,
stuff.
I was actually engaged at one point, and
Okay.
uh, in that relationship, uh, I don't like how the camera just came straight to me. But like, here we are. This is what you're gonna say. That's how you really are right now. It was very dramatic. I didn't know what to do. Um, I realized, and I'm not gonna like try and sugarcoat this. I cheated, um, and what I realized was that this person who loved me wanted my 100%. Right? She wanted
Hmm.
100% of me. She wanted me to give her my all. Well, first off, I didn't know what my all was to
Okay.
give. I didn't have 100% of myself to give to somebody. Um, but I found it so much easier, and this was the lesson that I learned in this. The wrong was that I cheated, but the
Right.
lesson that I learned was um, it's so much easier to give somebody 45 minutes than to give somebody else your all. You know,
Mm.
it's so much easier to give somebody nothing, like nothing at all, you know,
Right.
um, than to give your complete and utter all to someone. You know, it's uh, I didn't know how to give myself completely to somebody, but I knew I could give this moment of pleasure to this person. This
Right.
person didn't want anything from me; they only wanted sex, you know. But
Right.
my significant wanted my all, and I didn't know how to do that. And I don't even know that I was willing to at the time. I don't know that I had the capacity or the capability to give completely, truly, wholly, in the moment. So what I say is, um, it's like a water bottle being poured into the cap. You know, somebody's asking you for everything out of this water bottle, and all you have is a cap. You know,
Okay.
to hold the
Hmm.
capacity of everything pouring out. Like you really like trying to catch what it is that
Hmm.
they're giving you, and I didn't have it at the time. I like to believe that I'm a little bit more than a cap now, but at that time, and this is ooh, 10 years ago, 10 years ago now. But
Do you mind, how old are you now? How old were
I'm
you?
30, 39, 39.
You're 39?
Yeah.
Hey, 39 Club. All right. Do you think that age or maturity played a role in that, or just lack of? lack of knowing who you are or experience?
I think I can't blame it on age. I think that I can blame it on so many other things, but age didn't have a factor in it.
Okay.
I think in the manner in which we give other people power, we need to like get rid of that. And what I mean by that is, um, our friends have so much power over us that we don't even know sometimes. I was listening
Mm-hmm.
to everybody say everything about how I should do X, Y, and Z rather than really going to the person that I was with and asking them, what do you need from me? What do
Mm-hmm.
you want from me? We should learn from each other rather than going out and trying to learn things from other people about our relationship.
Absolutely. Absolutely agree. They can be the worst enemy, and in that we are our worst enemy as well.
Right.
So, EKG, in saying that, do you believe she's the one that got away? Like, would you, in this age, in this state, this what you know now, would you still choose a her?
No. So one of a motto that I live by is very simple and very effective. It is you have to let go of what you can't keep to gain what you can't lose.
Ah, say that again.
You have to let go of what you can't keep to gain what you can't lose.
Come
Um,
on.
if that relationship had not ended, then I wouldn't have done 95% of the things that I did after that relationship. Um, I would have been content. I would have settled in that
Uh-huh.
relationship. I would have been happy with a beautiful woman on my arm who loved me, but I wouldn't be happy with myself. So
Ah,
it's the manure into the rose type thing. You have to have manure in order to get into a rose, but manure is made from things that are decomposing. So
mm-hmm.
the death of that relationship equaled a rose that you see before me. Well, maybe not right now. I need a little cut, but yeah.
It's all right. It's the winter time. That's the new look. That's what the women like these days.
All right now.
Yeah, they like the full beards. And it's so popular. They have a whole line of beard oil and and the stuff specifically for the beard.
Yeah.
So we have a comment here that says relationships can be complex. Remaining optimistic is a virtue. I believe there is no perfect person. I was taught a painful lesson after every breakup at this age. I'm a better student of love. Good stuff, Mr. Wilson. Thank you for sharing. And I'm sorry, I just have to look at that again, Mr. Wilson. Um, so yes, that is very good stuff, and I'm glad that you are in this state of mind, in a position as a student of love, as a student of learning, maturing, and knowing who that you are, becoming very intentional and learning about who you are, what you had to give, and the capacity in which what you had to give, and then now being in a state of knowing that you're capable of giving and receiving much more. That is, you don't hear many men. I won't say there are not many men in this state of mind, but there's not many men who are vulnerable and openly speaking about it in a constant state.
Well, I
If
also
that makes
realized that as a man, we weren't necessarily taught how to express our feelings. We definitely have them, and I don't like to speak for all men, but I'll speak for myself. I wasn't necessarily taught to express. Matter of fact, it was something that was usually quashed by every thought that I had. Like if I wanted to tell somebody how I felt, you got punched in the chest, and so don't ever do that again. Be a man. And in the age that I am now, um, you meet someone and they want to know how you feel about them, and it
Mhm.
was so hard to express that because I hadn't practiced it. So I often say to them that my book is an exercise. It was an exercise for me to learn how to express, to learn to be expressive, to for my future. Because if you can't learn to express things, then like what is life? Um, I was on I was on tour for my book. I was at a book signing in Seattle actually, and
Oh,
there was a man, and I wish I could tell you his name right now, but he had a book about, I want to say it was about men in jail. Well, this statement is about men in jail. He said, um, "You, there are so many men in jail because they didn't know how to express themselves."
mm,
And that hit home, especially in our communities, that we would rather fight, kill, hurt someone than express how we feel. I don't
mm-hmm,
appreciate the way that happened. I don't appreciate how you made me feel. It
right.
So many things could be, it things don't that things don't need to happen if we just express the way we felt. In
Mm-hmm,
relationships, in our family, if we just learn to express ourselves, we will be so much better off.
absolutely. Absolutely. And there are many men to this day who have a very, very tough time in relationships, expressing and being vulnerable. Even in marriages, there are husbands who are struggling with letting their wife know, this is what I need. This is what, I feel. I feel disrespected. I don't feel that you value me. I feel this win. I feel, and so that is very important, for not only for our communities, for our young Black men to learn these things, growing up, but also as men in these relationships with these women, being able to communicate that. We have a comment from Mrs. Shonda Thomas, and it says, "What is a deal breaker for you, and what trait must your future wife, have?"
A deal breaker. Lack of ambition is a deal breaker for me. Like
Ah,
who has no foresight.
okay.
Someone who I often say that relationships don't work, or they dating doesn't work when people timing, lack of capacity, capability.
Mm,
Those three things will kill um, uh, the. That's just the negative traits that I see in people. I'm like, okay, timing is pretty self-explanatory, but when someone has no capacity, where they don't have any room for growth, they only know what they want to know, and that's all they're gonna do. That's
mhm,
um, and traits that my WCW would have. Definitely ambition, goal driven, goal oriented, passion. Something, be passionate about something and go do it. Like just do it till till you're satisfied. you know.
yes,
But I mean,
absolutely.
I don't know if you saw the movie Soul. If anybody
I
saw the movie.
actually, I've been trying to watch it.
Well, I'm not gonna go.
Wait,
I'm not
which
gonna tell
one?
you.
You said Soul or you say
Soul.
Soul? Oh yeah, I watched it with my boys. Yeah,
Um,
we watched it. My
it's
little 3-year-old runs around here talking about 22 all the time.
well, it's to live. It's not to be living, to be alive,
Right.
but it's actually to live and realize that you need to be doing something with your life. That I think the embodiment of that is probably one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen. Haven't met her yet, but that
Mm.
would be the. I know that's not a physical trait, but it's so
It doesn't
physical.
have to be.
It's so physical. It's one of the things you like. Oh my God, she's living in her passion. I
Yes.
think I think that a lot of times we get enamored by people living in their passion because we're not, and
Mhm.
I think that that's one of the most beautiful things, that is to see somebody just do it. You know.
Yes, absolutely. And there's a freedom in that, right? I believe in moving in your purpose, moving in your passion, and being very intentional in it. There is an authenticity that rises up on the inside of you. There is a joy that you get. There is a peace that you have. And listen, I am learning that now, even with the sentiment, one of my favorite things to do is just give a space for people to be authentic and really share who they are and and share their voice and be able to be in a space where the healing can take place, where I can be a hope restorer, plant seeds of positivity and purpose. And, so this is just an opportunity for me to meet different people and have discussions and conversations and hear their stories and their heart and share their views on and perspectives on life and hear their sentiments on life experiences. And it's a beautiful thing. So I definitely understand that, and I understand that. I appreciate you for saying that. I'm hopeful that there are men that are listening. EKG, we are like almost out of time, and I am so like, I need an hour for my show. I'm gonna have to petition. Because
have you back on. We have an hour.
Yes, we're definitely gonna get you back on. I can't wait till you find her, because then I'll have you both on. And I'm so excited for you. You're doing some amazing things. Thank you, Black man. Thank you, King. I appreciate you. I honor you. You are valued. And I just want you to know I appreciate you taking the time to come on, and we will definitely have you again. I want to let everybody know that you are listening to Rainier Avenue Radio. This is The Sentiment. I am Latrice Chenee. Today we were discussing with EKG, future WCW. Please check the book out and look on my page at Latrice Chenee on Instagram for more information on this amazing king. And remember that you have to lead with love, especially the state of where we are right now. Please lead with love. Show kindness to people. Show kindness to yourself. Be kind to yourself. Be gentle with yourself. Be gracious with yourself. Show grace to others, because you never know who's hurting in your space. So just give people grace. You never know. And it's very important for us to just be the light. And next we have Rainier Avenue Radio News coming up. So make sure that you tune into that. And I will see you next week, same time. Thank you, EKG.
It's different.
Thank you for listening to The Sentiment. Please join me next time with the next topic and the next guest that graces us with their presence. In the meantime, be blessed and be gracious and kind to yourself and others. Mwah. Mwah.
This is Paul Pearson, host of Star Time. And when